Hey, what's up, guys? I have a few minutes here at work to talk. I kind of want to do a quick, immediate reaction to Eddie Hearn's IFL interview, which apparently he did Friday morning after the press conference he and Kelly Sauerland had, announcing the postponement of the Eubank Benn fight. Um, guys, I've been meaning to do a video to touch on Eddie Hearn. Um, honestly, I shouldn't even waste a lot of time doing it. I was gonna do like one of my sit down interviews, to kind of go in depth on it. But I think most of it might come out here. All right. Um, Eddie's on there. Trying to explain the situation, what happened. There were two things that came out that really stood out to me in this interview. All right. But first off, he said that the British Box Border Control, they knew about the test the whole time, right? The positive test. All right. That's number one. If there was any question about that. All right. And then number two, he said that they knew, meaning him, and Wasserman, and I'm assuming the fighters also, they all knew that the board was not going to sanction the fight, before it was announced to the public. Now, how far in advance did they know? Did they know the day before? Did they know days before? A week or weeks before? I don't know. Coogan failed to ask that question, all right, and that was a fail on his part. He should have asked how long did they know that fight was not going to be sanctioned. All right. Eddie also said that, I believe he said there were 4 commissions who were ready to sanction the fight. All right, but he only said that, that they weren't going to do that because the British Box Border Control that's a sanctioned body he deals with, whatever. All right. Now, it's my belief that they were, and this is my opinion, I believe they were going to go ahead with a different sanctioning body. Because if they knew in advance that the board was not going to sanction the fight, but yet they went on with the media day. When the article came out saying that the fight, that Conor Benn failed the test, they were saying that the fight's still on. They didn't say that it was off. They were all going along like the fight was going to happen. So I believe they were prepared to go ahead with a different sanctioning body. But I think they changed their mind when they saw the public reaction, when they saw the criticism and the backlash that they all were receiving, all right, that it was a PR nightmare, all right. I believe that caused them to postpone the fight, if you will, all right. I briefly read some of the comments in the comment section on that video. Eddie's getting ripped. He deserves to get ripped. He made a comment at the beginning of the video saying how brutal it's been, or if he hadn't received so many personal attacks or something like that. It's such harsh criticism, however he put it. And I'm glad he's seeing it and feeling it because he deserves it. He deserves every bit of it, all right? And I have, said for years that, that I'm an Eddie Hearn guy, that, I support the guy. He was my favorite guy in boxing. All these things, right? And I felt that way for a reason. Not just because, we're close in age, not just because he's the promoter of my generation, not just because of the charisma, but, I viewed Eddie as being, an honest guy, a real guy, a forward guy, a guy of integrity, somebody that you could trust in the sport, a guy who was always forward with his words in interviews and, not really holding things back. That's how I viewed Eddie, all right? I viewed him as just a good guy overall, all right? And I'm not saying that he is not a good guy or that I will no longer support him. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I'm extremely disappointed in this guy. Very disappointed. And he is receiving criticism not just from from me, but other people that have supported him for years online also, like Sporting Icons has been critical of him and how he has handled the situation. You know, um, Eddie was saying that how people are saying that there was that there was a hidden test. He was saying that there wasn't a hidden test, that all relevant parties knew or whatever, right? The board, the fighters, the promoters. You know, he doesn't get it. All right, either he doesn't get it or he just doesn't want to face the fact or see it. But he is finding out. If he doesn't find out from this video, he's finding out from everybody else. All right. Everybody didn't know, all right? The public did not know, Ed, all right? We didn't know. Your customers, your patrons, your paying customers, all right, who have supported you year after year since you've been in the sport, all right? We didn't know that there was a failed drug test going into this fight. We didn't know that somebody was going to have a competitive advantage going into this fight, all right? That affects a lot of things. People may not want to view such an event or pay for such an event, or attend such an event. That changes everything, man. So no, everybody did not know. That is an incorrect statement. When somebody fails a drug test, it should be announced, hey, this person failed a test and the fight should be canceled immediately. All right. Now, when Dillian White had his failure, when we found out after the fight, all right, um, he made the comment that, he couldn't really call off the fight or cancel the fight because, like, nobody had been suspended or received any sanctions, so he could have been sued, right? Because guys would have lost the payday, all right? And at that time, I kind of understood. I was like, okay, now I kind of see what he's saying, right? But that's not gonna fly anymore. But even in this situation, it's not gonna fly. All right, it's as simple as this. You can put it in the contract. If either guy fails a drug test, this fight is off. Period. Why? Because you don't want to be, you don't want your family name, your family company's name to be associated with dirty boxing. With positive drug tests, dirty fights, hidden drug tests. Guys fighting, with a competitive advantage. It's as simple as that, man. And he has failed big time because he put money and greed over integrity. All right, that's just the bottom line to it. And that's really was really disappointing in this situation. They were going to go through with this fight. They were. Now I don't know if the British Boxing Board of Control were going to release that statement, with that article coming out, or if they were not going to say anything about it. I don't know. But I would think at some point it would have been revealed that they were not going to sanction the fight, and Matchroom would have moved on to another commission. That's my opinion. He said that there were commissions ready to sanction the fight. Now, how do you know if they were ready if you didn't talk to them? It's as simple as that. So Eddie disgraced himself. He disgraced the name of Matchroom, the Hearn name. He did, and he let down his supporters. Including myself. He let down the public. He betrayed us. He was selling us a fight. Where a guy failed a test, had a competitive advantage. They were hiding a drug test. And yes, you guys were hiding a drug test because the public did not know. All right. Again, there needs to be a universal rule in boxing. All right. No matter what country, what commission, what state, what promoter, what fighter, it does not matter. If there's a failed drug test, that fight is immediately off. All right, until further investigation, whether that be B samples, whether that be a hearing with the commission from the fighter, who has to explain himself or herself. But a fight should not continue, with a failed test just because no suspension or sanction has come down. I mean, really, how can they when all the facts have not been reviewed? There's been no hearing, nothing like that. All right. Uh, for years with the UFC, when they started with USADA, when somebody got flagged, it didn't matter if it was the day before the fight or 2 days before the fight. Check John Jones, Daniel Cormier at UFC 200 when he got flagged, like maybe like 2 days before the event, and they pulled John Jones and they put Anderson Silva in against Daniel Cormier. All right. That's what they used to do, and I think they probably still do it, in most situations, unless they hide it from us. But they went against their rule and they let John Jones fight Gustafson when he failed in the rematch, all right? And they moved the entire card to another state, and they put on a dirty fight. Talking about it was just trace amounts from previous failure. That's bullshit. If a guy fails, he fails. He should not be fighting. All right, that's the downfall. The consequence of using PEDs and failing drug tests. All right, you should not be able to fight unless you are clear. All right, on all tests going into the fight. All right. Um, so that's what should have happened. All right. When they found out this guy failed the test, they should have pulled the fight. They should have backed out, and they could have done it weeks ago. They could have saved a lot of dollars, a lot of promotion, a lot of time. A lot of heartbreak from fans. As they were right up on days before the fight. You know. So as far as I'm concerned, he needs to come out. He needs to apologize to the boxing world, to the public in general, saying that they handled the situation wrong. That they should have revealed a drug test. And they should not have tried to go through with the fight. And in the future, that they will not try to do such a thing. That if somebody fails, it will be announced and the fight will be pulled. All right, put it in the contract. Don't say that you legally can't do it, that you would get sued. Don't want to hear it. Put it in the contract and do the right thing, because people are not interested, for the most part, in seeing a dirty fight. I mean, there are people out there who don't care, who wouldn't mind if everybody juiced or whoever juiced. They just want to see a fight. But you can clearly see from the public reaction, that people were not on board with this shit. Even people who supported him. So really, I think that's it, guys. Just kind of a quick reaction from me while I could. But yes, I am very disappointed in Eddie Hearn. He did the wrong thing in this situation. And as far as I'm concerned, he has a lot of making up to do. This really is the first big black eye and stain on his history as a promoter. There was something else, I can't think of what it is. Somebody have to tell me. But this was bad. This was really bad. I've been receiving notifications from Instagram about him promoting, like the Chocolatito fight with Estrada coming up. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is this a dirty fight? Are you hiding a drug test? Are you not being forward with the public and what's going on with this fight? Imagine, as a gambler, you want to place a wager on a fight, and you don't know that one guy's been juicing and the other one has not, and you placing a wager on a fight that you think is a fight on the up and up, a fair fight. Paying money to go see a fight that's, not really a fair fight. One guy's been juicing, the other one is not. It's ridiculous, man. So really, that's it, guys. Just quick words from me. Let me know what you guys think. If I miss anything, I'll leave a comment in the comment section. I'll make another video, and I will check in with you guys soon, man. Thanks for watching.